Hey, what's up, dudes and girls? We're here in the gym, gonna do some teen training. And by teen, I'm talking about Lewis over here. Now, Big Louie, he's 17, he's 6'2", 160 pounds, and he's ready to put on some weight. But first, before doing that, he's gonna know how to lift and how to lift correctly, the proper form. And we're gonna be going over bench pressing today. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? You look it. No, we are ready. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, before starting off into the actual exercise itself, we're just gonna warm Lewis's shoulders up a bit. And we're gonna be doing some pass-throughs or dislocates here. So just gonna grab it a little bit wider than shoulder width. What you're gonna do is keep your arms straight. You're gonna shrug your shoulders up and bring it all the way behind you here, and then bring it right back just like so. So we're gonna do about 10 to 12 of these. Just kind of warm your shoulders up and get them ready. Yeah, there we go. So this is just a simple mobility drill you can do before any kind of upper body movement here. And the upper body movement, of course, today is gonna be the bench press. So when you bring it up, yeah, so yep, bring it all the way down here. And then as you bring it up and over, shrug the shoulders up. Yep, up, all the way around. There we go, and all the way around, all the way. So you can feel it, and that's why it's called dislocates, because you're actually gonna feel like in your shoulder, that pressure in there, but we'll just keep it up. Yep, nice and slow, good, controlled. There we go, and this is a perfect drill you can do before any bench pressing here, just to get your shoulders relaxed and mobile and ready, because of course, when you're doing any kind of pressing motion, that shoulder's gonna be helping out quite a bit. So, all right, we'll get a couple more here, just kind of warm you up. Now, you never wanna jump on any kind of compound movement without kind of warming up or any kind of mobility drill, because if you're doing that, then you can have possible injury. And that's what you don't want, right, Lewis? That's right. There we go. Nice. Finish up right there. Excellent, good. The next one I want you to do here is, because the most important thing on a bench press is getting scapular retraction here. So a lot of times if you just let your scapula loose and you're bench pressing here, your shoulders are just kind of loose and free flowing almost in a way. So you want to keep them really tight. So you want to retract back and depress them, so that way they're really, it's supporting that shoulder joint. So when you're going through that pressing motion, you're going to feel super strong during that. So to kind of help with that, we're just going to have the band here, grab it about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider, just be pulling it apart, just like so, nice and slow. And you're going to feel all that upper back muscles and the retraction in the scapula, back. There we go, yeah, perfect. Nice and slow, bring it back. So you're going to feel all that activation back there, and that's really going to help you feel those muscles back there that are going to help pull that scapula and retract it back during the exercise. There we go, good. Nice, slow, you're going to feel it all up in here. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. When I say scapula, I just mean that basically the shoulder blades. So when you feel coming back, that's what's happening there. All right, so we'll get a few more here. Just kind of warm you up. There we go. That's it. Last one. All the way back, nice squeeze, and slowly back on. Perfect, you got it. Now, usually you'll take about 10, 15 minutes to kind of warm up. So, in the line of warming up, we're just going to start with the bar. So we're going to get you in position on the bench here. All right, so you want to grab it just slightly outside shoulder width. Yep, about the line there, good. So you're going to unrack it, and once you're in this top position, pull the scapula back, just like you did with the band pull aparts here. So really squeeze the shoulder blades together. So yeah, keep the arms straight and then squeeze them together, and now slowly lower it down to the, yeah, there we go, you got it. Now, that's it, see, perfect. See that? Tightened everything up. Now slowly lower it down right to the sternum area, below the chest. Those elbows a bit tighter, so about 45-degree angle. Press straight off. Good. Down. Excellent. There you go. Feel nice and strong and stable. Shoulders are back, chest up, slight arch in the lower back, hips stable, and then feet flat on the floor. There we go. Yep, making slight adjustments there. There we go, yeah. That's it. You got it. All right, so we're at that. So when you went from the shoulders forward to then squeezing back, immediately you felt a little bit more stable, right? Yeah, that's exactly the point. So a lot of times too, when your elbows start flaring out and you're here, that's called an internal rotation. When you're bringing in here, you want to bring that an external rotation through here, so that way you're going to feel more stable. And the way to do that is almost feel like you're bending the bar and pulling it towards yourself as you're bringing the bar down to the sternum. And that's going to help stabilize the shoulders even more and feel stronger. So we're going to put some weight on the bar here, so that way you can feel some weight under the bench All right, Big Louie. Here we go. So same exact positioning. Once you bring it up to the top, really pull the scapula back, squeeze, depress the shoulders. Get those elbows pretty close to that body there. There we go. Yep, squeezing back, chest up, right down the sternum, and then press. Good. Take a deep breath, and then hold it just through the difficult position, then exhale. Good. Breathe, hold, and exhale. Good. So when you hold your breath, that's going to help stabilize even more because it can tighten that core up. And make sure you're pressing that weight nice and strong. Good. You got it. That's it. Get one more here. Down, touch, and press. Perfect. How's it feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Pretty stable?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty good. So it's pretty simple. So key things to remember, of course, pull that scapula back nice and tight. You can immediately kind of stabilize the shoulder. You're going to kind of have some external rotation in there, like you're bending the bar and pulling it down towards you. Nice slow fashion. Bring it down to the sternum. You know, of course, your feet are going to be flat on the floor. Slight arch in the lower back, but the main point of contact is going to be your upper back. So just imagine yourself, if you're against two walls and you're trying to push against the other wall, it's going to be the upper back that's help, you know, support that push there. So as long as you have that main point of contact here, your hips stable on the bench, so that way you can get a little bit of leg drive. So you can kind of like flex your legs and almost pull in your hamstrings. You'll feel a little bit more tension in there too and tighten that core up. So what you want to avoid is pulling your elbows nice and wide, getting that internal rotation here, because immediately that's going to have your shoulders a little bit more free flowing. It's not going to stabilize them as much. You don't want to lift your hips up off the bench. So when you're pushing a lot of weight, you'll see a lot of guys press their hips really high off the bench and their toes are on the floor. And you know, they're basically bringing that bar down to kind of that neck area, like they're about to like decapitate themselves. So those are some of the things to avoid. And yeah, how do you feel?
Good.
Yeah? Feel confident?
Yeah.
Ready to bench 315?
Oh yeah.
All right, that'll be next. So stay tuned for Louis' 315 epic PR bench press. Hell yeah. Nice, dude. All right, what do we tell him, Big Louis? Stay buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.